Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Today's video I'm looking forward to because we get to talk about something that's not only new, but it's also different. And I like talking about things that are new and different. And it's also going to be fun because as a NASCAR fan, I know a lot of NASCAR fans that say they no longer watch NASCAR because NASCAR has gotten too gimmicky. And I know that a lot of people don't like that word, and I know that if you're a long time NASCAR fan, it is a lot different than it used to be. But in the world of football, football is so dominant that even though it's becoming more and more gimmicky, people still watch it. And there's a lot of baseball fans that no longer watch baseball because they say baseball has gotten too gimmicky. And there's even more things this year that's going to make Major League Baseball even more gimmicky. So I'm just wondering how come people quit watching baseball because it's getting gimmicky, and they quit watching NASCAR because it's getting gimmicky, but yet in the world of football, it gets gimmicky and people still watch it. So why is it that we hate on baseball and we hate on racing for getting gimmicky, but when football does it, it's not a big deal? So today we're going to talk about the USFL, and I know I've already talked about it some. I've already went through each team's name and quarterback and head coach and all that. So today we're going to talk about the USFL rulebook because they officially released their rules on Wednesday, and the season actually starts on Saturday, April the 16th, which is 3 weeks from tomorrow. So it'll be here before you know it. And I want to run down some of the weird and different and odd rules that the USFL has. And then I want you to tell me if it's going to make you want to watch it more, if it's going to make you not want to watch it, or you just don't care. Either way, you're going to watch it or not watch it, regardless of the rules. Because some of these rules sound okay and different, and some of them just sound absolutely outlandish. But I get they're trying to be different, hoping that it's going to make people want to watch them more because it's different than regular football. The first rule we're going to talk about is after a touchdown, you now will have the option of going for 1, 2, or 3 points. And that makes it exciting because in a 18-point game, normally that's a 3-score game. But if you go for 3 after a touchdown and you score 2 touchdowns and go for 3 both times and get it both times, an 18-point game can now be a 2-score game. But after you score your touchdown, your normal 1-point conversion will be an extra point. You can go for 2 from the 2-yard line, or you can go for 3 from the 10-yard line. So I want to know if anybody has any thoughts on that, and how often do you think teams will actually go for that and attempt that, unless it's late in the game and you're down by 9 points or 18 points. Then pretty much you're going to have to. But outside of that, do you think we'll see any teams in the first quarter score a touchdown and then go for 3 from the 10-yard line? And then there's going to be an alternative to an onside kick. Outside of the regular onside kick, you can now get 1 play from your own 33-yard line. It'll be a 4th and 12. And if you get it, you keep the ball. If you don't get it, the other team gets the ball. We've seen a little bit of this in the NFL Pro Bowl not long ago. They were just trying to be different, so I'm going to assume that's where the USFL got this rule from. But instead of the onside kick, you can go for a 4th and 12, one play from the 33-yard line. You either get it or the other team gets the ball. So do you think it'll be easier to do an onside kick, or will it be easier to have one play, 4th and 12 from the 33-yard line? And then the overtime rules are going to be a little bit different as well. I know everybody hates the college overtime rule, but everybody also hates the NFL overtime rule. And people that I know that follow high school football hate the high school football overtime rule. So I really don't know what you can do in overtime to make anybody happy. But the USFL, it's going to be each team will get the ball from the opposing team's 2-yard line, and each team will run 3 plays. And whichever team has the most points after those 3 plays wins the game. And if by some chance, after 3 plays for both teams, the game is still tied, then it will be sudden death. So what's the better overtime rule? High school, college, NFL, or this? But I know people that follow Major League Baseball that also hate the Major League Baseball extra inning rule. So again, I really don't know what the correct way to have extra innings or overtime is. It seems like each sport has different rules in overtime, and nobody likes any of the rules. So I really don't know what the answer is as far as overtime, extra innings, whatever you want to call it. And this one here, I think, just seems strange, but also I'm trying to wrap my brain around helping it make sense and seeing how it's logical to do it. But you're going to be allowed 2 forward passes from behind the line of scrimmage. That just seems strange. And then the kickoffs will be from the 25-yard line. We know it's 35 in college and the NFL, but it will be the 25-yard line in the USFL. And the receiving team must have 8 players between the 35 and the 45-yard line. And if the kick travels 20 yards, the first touch must be by the receiving team. And each team will get 1 replay challenge per game. Not 1 per half, 1 per game. And then the last one that I want to talk about is the pass interference rule, because we know college and the NFL have different pass interference rules. In case of pass interference, the 15-yard penalty will apply just like in college, because in college, if it's a 50-yard bomb downfield and the defensive back feels like he's beat, he can just tackle the guy. It's 15-yard penalty. Whereas in the NFL, if it's a 50-yard pass downfield and the defensive back gets beat, he tackles the receiver, then it's a spot foul. Whereas in college, it's 15 yards no matter how deep the ball goes downfield. That's how the USFL will be. But if the pass does not cross the line of scrimmage, there will be no penalties for pass interference or an eligible player downfield. And again, I wanted to talk about these rules to see if anybody has any thoughts on them, good or bad. Does it make you want to watch it more to see how different it is? Does it make you want to watch it less, or do you just not care and you are going to watch or not watch regardless of the rules? Please feel free to let me know. Again, the opening game is coming up 3 weeks from tomorrow, Saturday, April the 16th. The New Jersey Generals will face off against the Birmingham Stallions, and that will be the unofficial return of the United States Football League. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. I'm starting a flight company exclusively for bald people. I'll call it Receding Airlines. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.